Hello, my name is Adonis and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing what do they secretly want to tell you spread for all of my fellow Virgos out there. So let's get after it. Okay. Sun, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sun, Moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sun, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sun, Moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Show me cards I need to see. Show me cards that I need to see. What do they secretly want to tell all of my Virgos out there? What do they secretly want to tell all of my fellow Virgos out there? One more shuffle. What do they secretly want to tell all of my fellow Virgos out there? Feels good. Show me card. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. All right. So they secretly want to tell you, my Virgos, that they are patiently taking their time, moving towards this, moving towards a relationship with you very methodically, very strategically, methodically, interchangeable terms. But it's kind of slow going, moving towards their passions, okay? So with the Knight of Pentacles are all about kind of taking their time, very much pacing themselves, kind of going through the motions, that sort of thing. Also, this person, now they're moving slowly, but they want to rapidly move towards those passions with you, just rapidly, pretty much kind of like the value, if you will. All right, because they look at you as a long-term situation, long-term committed relationship, possible children in the future, if you will. And also here with the Nine of Cups, they will have that wish fulfillment that they've been looking for. All right. You know, so this person wants to they're kind of taking their time, gradually moving towards these passions. They're being very strategic about it, in other words, with the Knight of Pentacles. I'm recapping real quick, guys. So they're very strategically moving towards these passions with you, okay? However, with the Knight of Wands is telling me is that this individual is also what they want to do. They kind of want to devour you. So they're kind of like pacing themselves. And once they start gaining a certain type of momentum here, it's like they're going to kind of pounce, okay? Going to pounce on the situation. Now, the thing here is they see you with the Ten of Cups here as a long-term committed relationship, starting a family with you at some point. And with the Nine of Cups here, you know, you do fulfill their wishes here. Then we got to come back to the present here with this reading here with the King of Wands. This person is thinking about the long plan, okay? So they're thinking about in terms of where things are going to be next week, a couple months, you know, not so much next week, but like next month, next year. So they're thinking about the long term, thinking about the macro instead of the micro here, moving towards their passions here. Now, with all that being said, though, the thought has crossed their mind if they're really not really kind of getting the traction that they're looking for. We also got the Eight of Cups here, which is, well, you know, if things kind of start, you know, going in a really unfavorable way, they will walk away from the situation. So I'm getting a sense here, at least in their mind, this is like one last ditch effort to kind of make this thing happen here, because they're kind of slow walking it. They're taking their time, they're letting it marinate, they're kind of seeing which way the winds are blowing here. So they're being very, very strategic. But like I said, if it doesn't work, they are going to walk away from the situation. We also have the Queen here, Queen of Cups, tells me that this person is looking to be loyal and very devoted to you as well. And finally, here we have the Nine of Pentacles, representing a situation which, at least from their perspective, their belief is that they have all the ingredients here to have a very successful, robust relationship here. So, you know, they're solitarily happy with the way things are. But like I said, if the ball doesn't start to bounce their way, after a while they will walk away from the situation. I feel as though they don't feel like they have the need to do that because they spend so much time, you know, really methodically thinking about this thing and pursuing a relationship with you. But with all that being said here, let's see what the potential blockages are. What are the potential blockages to this situation? What are the potential blockages to this relationship? What are the potential blockages to this relationship here? What are the potential blockages to this relationship here? What are the potential blockages to the relationship here? Some cards you need to see. Some cards. See some cards that I need to Ooh, I'm popped out. We're definitely going to take that. Ooh, okay. Okay, so these are the potential blockages here. So, first off, we got the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is about, again, these are the blockages here. So, rapidly moving towards a situation here and just kind of cutting things out and just kind of rapidly moving towards your passions, kind of like, unabated here. That is a potential blockage here, because the analogy I like to give here is like a bull through a china shop, okay? And there's probably something that they've seen in you. It's like, you know what? This wouldn't be a good idea just to kind of rush at the situation, which is why you got the Knight of Pentacles, which is why they're taking their time to do this here, okay? Second of all, here we have the Nine of Swords here, representing an aspect of, of anxiety, a bit of depression, if you will. And, again, basically, this comes off to me as somebody that's kind of worrying about the outcome of the situation, which, again, is why they're taking their time. And they're kind of worried, like, you know what, if after investing all of this time in a situation here, if things don't work out, it's pretty much they feel like they don't have any other choice but to kind of walk away from the situation. Now, there's another reason they may be worried, too. Because we got the Judgment card here, and that usually represents an ex. And the feeling that I'm feeling that this person is getting is the fact that if after spending all of this time in a situation, things don't work out, more than likely it's because there may be some kind of, or at least from their perspective, they're afraid it may be somebody from your past, like your ex is going to come back into your life again. And that's going to be the end of that. So they are, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of getting a sense here. I'm not saying that your ex is actually in the picture here, on the periphery, or trying to come back into your life. But this individual absolutely thinks that there's a possibility of that happening, okay? Also, we have here with the Two of Wands here, representing there are choices. And so at least in their eyes, okay, they believe that there is a possibility that either your ex or someone else has your ear as well, has your eye as well. Okay, so again, got to go back to the question. The question is, what are the potential blockages? Potential blockages being that there's a choice between them and another person. Okay. Also, another potential blockage here is the Ten of Cups. Again, as I said, they're looking for a long-term committed relationship, possible family in the future. Inversely, you may not be looking for that, or in that order. You may be looking for a long-term relationship, but not necessarily children right away. And I'm really getting the sense there is this is a person that really kind of wants to have children in the near future. Again, that may not be part of the plan for you. In addition here, we have here the Ten of Wands, representing there's a burden that needs to be lifted from this person. This burden that they're most likely referring to here is with this Nine of Swords here, worrying about how things are going to play out, worrying about the outcome. They're putting a lot of time and effort into worrying about, if they're going to get their shot, if you're going to be willing to give them a shot, if they're going to be able to move forward with you. So they want this burden removed, okay? And again, you got to go back to the question. That's a block. It's the overthinking. It's the overanalyzing. It's the overthinking. It's causing them to a large degree a lot of stress. And finally here we have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords representing a situation where there's a bit of naivete, a bit of immaturity on their part here. But I'm leaning more towards the immaturity part. For them, this is kind of like this is something new to them. A new experience for them. They never really, they're really, and it also could be a bit of immaturity too, on their part. Because they seem like they're very confident in their own abilities to move things forward in this relationship. So there may be a little bit of immaturity there too as well. So with that being said here, let us see what additional information Spirit wants to give before I shut this thing down. What additional information Spirit want to give before I shut this thing down here? What additional information is Spirit want to give before I shut this thing down? One more shuffle. What additional information is Spirit want to give before I shut this thing down? There you go. Cards in to see. Cards. Okay, there we go. I'm definitely going to take that. So, here we go. Magnetism. There's definitely some very strong attraction that this person has for you. Okay, so, and it looks like that there's, I'm kind of getting a sense here, there may be some attraction you have to them as well. So there's definitely this attraction thing going on between you guys here. Also, alliance here. This would be, this is an individual that would also make a good business partner, also a very good friend as well. Okay, so this is a person who is looking to be in your life in an all-encompassing type of way here. And finally here, perception. Their perception of the situation, as I mentioned before, their perception is that there's another individual here in play. And they have a very strong leaning towards the fact that this may be your ex here. And if that's not the case, then maybe you may want to do something about that there, because there's I get this unnatural fear that this person has that your ex is kind of coming back into the situation. So if that's not the case, maybe you're just kind of friends with your ex or something like that. But there's definitely a strong perception on their part that there's something more going on here, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to shut this thing down now. This is a general love reading. It may not resonate with everyone, but if it does resonate with you and you want to know more about this particular situation, I will definitely leave a link down in the description box. Make sure you get yourself a personal reading also. If you haven't already, please like, please share, and absolutely subscribe. It really helps the channel, but it also, more importantly, helps the algorithm really get my readings out there, my very unique style of tarot readings for other people to enjoy as well. So thank you for your support so much in advance. My name is Adonis. I love you guys, and I will absolutely see you next time. Bye-bye.